Who is Adele Simmons from Star Trek? Hint, she's the real Aunt Adele. Hey Trekkies, Christian Fox here with another video for you. Today, I want to talk about someone who is critical to Star Trek, but who doesn't get nearly enough credit, and that is Adele Simmons. So who is Adele Simmons? Adele G. Simmons was an assistant director in Hollywood. In 1987, a little before Trek, she was a Director Guilds of America trainee on Beverly Hills Cop 2 and No Way Out. Later that year, she worked as an additional second assistant director on the Bill Murray film Scrooged. Now, let's talk her Trek career. On TNG, she alternated between being the first assistant director and the second assistant director on 126 episodes, including classics like The Measure of a Man, Yesterday's Enterprise, and The Best of Both Worlds. On Voyager, she was the first assistant director on 34 episodes, including standouts like Projections, Deadlock, and Year of Hell. Simmons was also the first AD on Star Trek Borg, one of my all-time favorite games. As a first assistant director, not to be confused with assistant to the director, Simmons was responsible for planning the filming schedule and coordinating with other department heads such as the director of photography. Prior to production, aka pre-production, Simmons was responsible for breaking down the script and determining what cast, crew, locations, and equipment were needed for each scene. On set, it was Simmons' job as the first AD to manage the set. So Simmons was like the first officer of the Voyager set, which, let's be real, that would not be an easy job for the average shoot, but I can't even imagine how demanding that would be for something as intense as both parts of Year of Hell. Second assistant director is a little different. In that role, Simmons was the main offset contact with other departments. She also coordinated makeup and wardrobe schedules as well as transportation for the actors. Finally, she was responsible for the next day's call sheet. Being a first AD or second AD is not an easy job in the best of circumstances, but Simmons also had to fight and work through the challenges of being a woman of color in the white male-dominated world of Hollywood. In the 1980s, no less. But she was good. So good that Patrick Stewart even fought for her. In Trek, she also had a lot of in-universe references, the most famous being the previously mentioned Aunt Adele. Although Aunt Adele is never seen on screen, she is mentioned frequently by Picard and Crusher. It's the very same Aunt Adele who is famous for ginger tea known to cure colds, and hot milk toddies, which is said to cure insomnia. Though it doesn't really help if you're constantly being abducted and experimented on by aliens. So yeah, Adele Simmons is a very big deal who deserves a lot more credit than she's given.